Hairdressers podcast starts now. Featuring Matt Beck, Christina Cavalcanti, Brian Hare, Drea Boland, Thaddeus Boland, and Justin Scott.
This is Matt Beck from FreeSalonEducation.com. Something's wrong with the music. Don't know what it is. That's going to be a bummer later on as we do each segment. But anyway, so thank you guys for watching episode 88 of Splitting Hairs. We're live right here, Salon Gratitude. Booyah. In New Hope, Pennsylvania, hanging out. We got Brian Hare, Drea Boland.
Hello.
Justin Scott.
Hi.
Christina Cavalcanti, and Thaddeus Boland over there.
And Thad, because we missed it the first time, what brought you back to New Jersey?
Justin's milkshake.
My milkshake with all the Bolands to the yard.
So thank you guys for tuning in live. We're going to break down the weekend. So the weekend was basically we were at the Millennium Experience, me and Thad, Thad and I, and we had a good time with them. We met a lot of great people, and there's a lot of stuff coming up in the news, so I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to ruin that again.
There's not that much, just one major thing.
Right, so we have a guy that was there we're going to talk about later. And then also, big news, Monday we launched the Super Silk website, which is a project that I've been working on with Super Silk. So I'm really excited for you guys to check it out. So to see that website, it's supersilk.us. So I'm not really sure. I just found out it was .us. So check out supersilk.us. Now, the cool thing about this product, we created videos that I'm hoping to launch on our YouTube channel starting tomorrow, I'm hoping. But we have step-by-step videos on this treatment. Basically what it is, it's a silk protein treatment that you put into the hair. It's basically one of the most versatile smoothing treatments that we've used. And the thing that I love about it and what we're trying to do that's different with this treatment is the delivery of the silk protein. So what we're doing is we're adding it to do it before a haircut. We do the express treatment by spraying it into the hair color. So you'll take a bowl of hair color and you'll spray 4 sprays into your bowl of hair color, and that helps deliver the protein into the hair. And what we've noticed is that it's actually getting better saturation of the hair color using those silk proteins to push the color into the hair. So check out all those videos on supersilk.us, but we have step-by-step videos coming up as well, and you get a little bonus because we did some haircuts on it too. So cool company, loving working with these guys. It's a whole system. It's $69 for the professional starter kit, and you can charge anywhere from $50 to $400. Some salons are charging for it. So there's a ton of different ways to do it, and we'll break that down in other videos, but definitely check out supersilk.us if you get a chance, because we're on the pro site doing some techniques. So also, thank you to MinervaBeauty.com. I got to hang out with them this weekend as well. They were at the show. It was kind of funny because I was in the mall at the show, and Demand Force is there, Minerva, Sunlight's Balayage, and then who else was there? Demand for and we're at Millennium's event. So it was basically everyone.
Our entire wheel.
Yeah. Everyone that supports free salon education is in that mall, and it was nice. And then the cool thing about that is they got to introduce us to the other people in the mall. So there's a couple companies. I want to give a shout out to these guys from a company called Scissor, which is a pretty neat application for your iPhone.
I really wanted them to sell scissors with that name. Would you like some scissors?
I really wanted them to be like a supervillain from Toy Story.
Yeah, well, they're neither of
make
those.
that happen.
But I actually did a sit-down interview with these guys because they were such characters. They're from Atlanta, Georgia.
They name their company Scissor.
Right.
Of course they are.
Well, you're going to have to watch the interview to find out what the company's...
why it's
called that, like where the origin of that name came from.
Yeah, we don't want to mess up the whole interview, but it's pretty cool. It's an application. It hooks up to Millennium, and basically it is a way that you and your staff can look at your numbers all the time. Oh. It sends your numbers to your phone, and as salon owners, we can customize that to what numbers you guys receive, and then right from that application, I can click, like, let's say Brian had a great day. I can click that number, and it sends me right to my text message to send him congratulations on, something cool on that day. So So we're definitely, I'm looking forward to checking that product out more. I haven't had a chance to sit down with them yet, but we did do the interview and it was really fun. So cool applications. So check out, I think it's Zeezor, ZEEZOR.net. And you could see that.
It's like the Hunger Games for work. Like, you survived another day.
Justin's numbers will somehow line
Exactly.
up to be Dilly's like phone number.
Yeah.
Dilly's phone number or 666?
No.
Like my old Instagram.
And the cool thing about it too is like when you look at your numbers on it, if your numbers are up, they're green, and if they're down, they're red. So it's kind of like, all right, you kind of get to see how you're doing throughout the day, 24 hours a day, anytime you want. So pretty neat.
Well, we officially know you'll get no sleep when you get that app.
Well, yeah, I said, can you hook this up before I go home? Because I have 5 hours on the plane. It'd be kind of fun to search through that thing for a little bit. But and he actually said, yes, I can. And then his wife was like, no, you can't. We have to get on the plane to come back. So
is that going to work across all phones?
Except for Justin.
yeah, it's an application that you download onto an iPhone.
But what about this guy?
Or Android. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
That's what I meant. It'll work on
And
everything.
it'll work on every phone. Like, it'll work on every phone. iPhones. It's fine
Yeah.
on iPhones.
Everyone who has an iPhone, it should
Every
work
iPhone
on.
everywhere can have it.
If you want this application, get an iPhone.
I mean, I feel like if you just want a phone,
just
you
don't
should have
drop
an
it.
Yeah, just don't look at it too aggressively and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for that. So that was the weekend. Super Silk, the experience. What about you guys?
Well, we just got reminded for our lovely large Canadian base that today's Canada Day. So happy Canada
Oh
Day.
yeah, happy Canada
Canada
Day.
I have no idea what that means. and
That's why I wore my
apologize.
Can I say that or should I not say
No,
that?
it's hilarious.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Brian said I was wearing a Canadian tuxedo today.
Well, he's
Can
not
I
now.
say that? Will I
but
offend
earlier
someone?
he was.
I thought the Canadian tuxedo was jeans and a jean jacket.
It was. That's
Wait,
what I
you
was
had-
Blue
wearing.
jeans with a jean
Oh,
vest.
okay. I'm looking at you like right now.
Yeah,
so
no, I changed. I got classier. I should have kept it on.
And even
Does
his
that mean when you're wearing your jean jacket vest, you're wearing one piece shy of a Canadian three-piece suit?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was wearing.
Yeah.
So
and
If
his
he go-
toms looked like they were denim, so that's what really
damn.
just completed the whole.
He's
Yeah.
a mayor
It
of a
was head
Canadian
to toe.
town. He just doesn't know it yet.
it was actually pretty embarrassing. I probably shouldn't have dressed myself this morning, but whatever.
No, it looked good.
Oh, thanks.
It was a Canadian tuxedo. You were very formal.
So
Christina, how dare you let him leave the house after dressing himself?
I knew it. I knew it was Canada Day, so that's why I did it.
It's very, very thoughtful of you.
All right. Anything else?
No. I mean, we had a good weekend.
Yeah.
We missed you guys.
Right.
Felt like you were gone forever.
Yeah, it was funny. I said we only missed one day in the salon, really, and the salon was closed on Sunday, so we really only missed one day. But it felt like a long trip. It's a long trip, anyways, and I think traveling to the West Coast is just like it seems like
Fantastic.
far.
It is far.
Yeah, it's fantastic, but
I mean, unless you like jet to Europe often, it's like the farthest flight that you can take
Yeah.
for us.
well, and then again we got delayed again yesterday, so it was kind of yeah.
Mind you, I'm never flying with you guys. If we ever have to
I know.
travel anywhere, I'm going by myself.
Well, I text Matt from Millennium because he didn't come with this time, but he's been flying with us the whole time, and he said, "I think you're cursed because this stuff never happens to me."
No, me neither.
And then, so I sent him a text. I'm like, I think it's Thad because I've officially.
Aw.
Did I tell you that, Thad?
No, you did not.
I sent him a text and I
Great
said,
place to tell him.
it's officially Thad because.
It's the beard. It gets him on the no-fly list.
I didn't get delayed.
I was gonna say.
I didn't get backed up.
Yes, you did. You were with me. Okay.
I
So.
thought you were talking about like your bag because you just decided to keep your water bottle in.
Oh, no, not that.
Oh.
Not that.
Oh, someone got a cavity search.
All right, so that's pretty much it. So so let's move into what are we doing first? Industry news.
Do some freaking news.
Let's
eh?
let's
do some news, eh?
All right.
Oh, I love that. We should all do Canadian accents for the day.
Okay.
And now, hair industry news from Justin Scott.
First,
There you go. It wasn't as epic today.
It wasn't. It's not screaming in my earphones. They're not
Zizor
bleeding.
says thanks for the shout out.
Oh, check it out.
Hey, Zizor.
Hello, would you like a Zizor?
First news we have today
Check
is my
out my
tank
new
top.
Scissors.
The tank top today.
Oh yes. Can you explain this tank top while I try to fix the sound because it's fun.
It's easy. He's a road cone.
I'm a road cone. You see, look, I spin.
Hold on. What does the back say?
I think it. What does it say? Read it.
I think it's a list of bars.
It's a list of bars, and the ones that checked off are the ones I went to. What is it? Tug and Chug.
Yeah,
That's what I was reading. I'm like
Tug
what
and
is
Chug
that?
15. It was a bar crawl I attended this weekend in a huge monsoon where
I
everything
hope
was
you didn't
flooded.
pay too much for that.
I didn't.
Okay,
It
good.
was like all my girlfriends, brothers, friends, and everybody, and it was the one dude's birthday, so I had nothing else to do. It was pouring out. They were riding bikes, but they were drunk, so they didn't care. But I was in a truck, so I just kind of followed them on the shoulder of wherever we were going. Yeah, whatever. It's safe. I'm part of the bar crawl. I can do that, right? I was crawling with them.
You were the only person in the bar crawl that could drive.
Exactly. So if anything, I'm doing a public service. I watched one guy. He thought it was like a manhole, but it was a huge pothole. Front wheel got stuck, shot right over his handlebars into an even bigger puddle.
So
And I stopped, kept driving. I was a little drier than him.
he could tell that it was a hole, but he still drove.
Well, he thought it was like a manhole cover.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah, you know, boom. But yeah, so that's where this tank top came from.
That's news.
It's the news. It's the tank top news. What Sleeve Wednesdays? Come on, man, get with it. But yeah, so
I'll do sound effects.
yeah, I was just say, give me some sound effects to that. One article I found really cool that kind of affects I'm just gonna move this. There we go. The cosmetology industry. Breast cancer, because there's tons of like cut-a-thons and stuff like that for it. A new study said out today, obesity raises the risk of breast cancer, especially for people who are postmenopausal, which is kind of crazy. They tested, I think it was 67,000 women, like were part of this huge thing. Modern Salon did this article, and it said pretty much that if your body mass index is greater than 35%, so if you're like 5'6" and you weigh about 220 or more, you have a greater percentage chance of getting breast cancer. So, just goes to show, keeping a healthy diet can keep you healthy, you know.
A healthy diet.
Healthy diet, healthy
You're promoting
lifestyle.
a healthy diet?
I'm promoting healthy diet after eating a couple of cheeseburgers and a milkshake and this thing and some fries.
But at least you work out.
I was gonna
But
say,
here's
don't
the
forget
thing,
the curly
though.
fries.
But don't forget, before I ate all of that, like 20 minutes before, I did have a ton of grilled chicken and corn and rice.
That doesn't balance out.
It evens out. It's like
No,
Diet
at
is not
all.
a math problem.
diet is a math problem. A negative, you go like 5 steps back, go 5 steps forward, you're right back in the middle. I'm at 0. I'm coasting good.
All right.
You know?
So continue with more facts, please.
More facts.
On the news.
Men's styling is still a big thing. The guys from, what is that? The Barber Shave Club, where you like get your blades per month.
Mm-hmm.
They have increased astronomically over the past few years. They've secured over now $200 million in funding from their subscriptions from people all around the country, where they for the Dollar Shave Club. So that's a huge industry that's booming right now, because I feel it's that whole men kind of coming again to do things for them. Beauty, not like, what is it? What did they call it a few years ago?
Manscaping?
Manscaping. It's kind of like
No, that is something completely different.
manscape. Is that like when they just shave eyebrows and like? Is that what I'm thinking of?
No. Nope.
Manscaping is when you're taking care of
but
anything
again, like,
everywhere on your body.
The guys
Men.
taking more care of themselves now because it's not. Oh, I got music now.
I think that's outro music.
Okay, and manscaping. Thanks, guys.
It's like the crook on stage.
But the whole thing about this is that it's just another part of the beauty world that's kind of booming towards the men.
Which is always good.
Fun fact, the Dollar Shave Club is actually releasing a new hair care line, too, which is like gels and pastes and creams and stuff like that, which I would really like to try out. Kind of excited for that. See their commercial last time. Commercial's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And my last bit of big news that we almost ruined the first time, but because we didn't hit the record or live button, it didn't count, so no one saw it. Hashtag be awesome to somebody. Mark Bustos. You met him.
Yes.
Very nice gentleman.
He's so nice that he does so many incredible things, and we had conversations with him and never knew that he did all these wonderful things, which
So-
is very rare at a
That's what I was kind of curious about.
hair event.
He meets
So-
him. Doesn't know he meets him. Doesn't say anything about what he does, why he's there. huge event, millions, thousands of people there. So this guy works in New York City. Charge about $175 a haircut. He's like booked up back to back all the time. Takes time out of his day to cut homeless people's hair.
Yeah.
For free. Spends as much time on them as he would any guy paying him $175 for a haircut. And word got to Modern Salon. They did a huge story on Instagram that blew up. And he was the guest speaker at the event you were at.
Right.
And he's trying to promote the hashtag Be Awesome to Somebody. May 1st, 2016, he's trying to have everybody offer services to the homeless, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's a little tougher for us because we're in New Hope, and there's not really a lot of homeless people here. And
But we have places we can go.
yeah, I was going to say, but we got to be, I feel it's a little easier for different parts. Like, I know any other homeless person I've ever seen in Philly who's just been crazy and yelled.
Well, that's what he said. So this was the neat thing about his speech was he said a lot of the people that he goes up to, he might walk up to somebody who's banging his head on a marble wall, and he does that all day long. And then he sits down with them and just has a conversation with them. He'll go buy them a pizza and sit down on the sidewalk and hang with them, and then he cuts their hair. Like, he spends time with them, and he said that think about if you were alone on a street corner and you had nothing. I mean, you would probably go crazy too, and you would start banging your head on a wall.
That's what I was going to say. How does he approach these people? Like, does he just selectively or just goes up to anybody?
I feel like, I mean, not to cut you off, but it seems like just from listening to some of his things that what his incentive is coming from naturally within, with wanting to maybe help or make a connection with these people, not to say that and that's just an extra bonus that he's able to cut their hair.
Yeah.
Like
that's what the underlining is. It doesn't start as, oh, I wanted to cut their hair.
Right.
Like that's not what the mission was.
He was just trying to be helpful.
That was his tool that he could offer.
All right.
Yeah, he said, that's the one thing I'm good
an
at.
Extra gift.
So that's what I have to offer them. So it was really cool to hear him speak, and it's one of those things where you just have to hear him. And I guarantee now with the recognition that he's getting and stuff, you will hear his story and everything. But he's a really good guy, and he does it, I think, for the right reasons.
Oh my God,
And
because if anything, that's one thing that our industry has us all gifted with is if you try, you have the ability to just sit there and talk with someone.
Yeah. And he said he loves just coming up. He said he doesn't stand over them to talk down to them or anything. He'll go and sit right on the sidewalk and just start a conversation. It's what we do in the salon every day, and it's just a different situation. But he just said, he was scared the first time, and he kept walking back and forth. He said he was walking past them back and forth, and they were probably like, what is this crazy kid doing? Why?
Right.
Yeah, what does he want from me? And then he's like, finally, I just walked up and started talking, and then, and now he does what he does, and it's really cool. And I think he does Jeff Gordon's Family, so, he's flying out to do that one day, and then every Sunday he's out cutting and, doing what he's doing with this. So
it's really awesome.
Yeah. So kudos to him.
But yeah, that's the news. Quick and easy. Not a lot going on that I noticed.
Yeah.
Just some good stuff. Trying to focus on the good.
Yeah, I mean,
not trying to focus on selling certain products or, just trying to focus on the good stuff.
Right. Good job.
But yeah, that's the news.
All right.
From me and my orange tank top.
All right, so let's get into trending tresses with Drea.
All right.
All right.
Oops. Get the 411 on celebrity hair changes. Here's Trending Tresses with Drea Boland.
All right.
All right.
Got the music figured out.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we only have a couple trending tresses this week, but the first off is Taraji Henson, an actress from Empire. She has a really vibrant purple to gray ombre going on.
I love all of it.
It looks like there's even some green in there.
It does, a little bit
that's
of
some
mint.
super mermaidy awesome.
Yeah.
Blue.
I thought the transition was pretty. Colors work well together. I enjoyed that one.
That is beautiful.
I knew you were going to like that.
I love
one.
all of that. Matt, it's back.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
My ears vibrate when you do that.
All right.
Is it a fear vibration?
So Kaylee Cuoco is no longer having the pastel pink in her hair, but she is very much roots
That's
to
her?
ends. Yes, platinum blonde.
Now, who is she again? Remind me.
From The Big Bang Theory, that is not her best photo.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
Not her best photo, but it shows off how platinum that hair is.
Right. Oh, I'm not blaming you. She posted it.
Anyway, well, what I love about it is you've never seen her this blonde before. She's had platinum highlights in her hair, but it's usually always balayaged or foiled or something. But she is all over super duper blonde.
I love the
I
hair.
love it.
All right.
And I thought that was fun. Then we have Taryn Manning.
Sorry, that was not loud.
Can you
thought.
refrain
That's sound effects.
with your sound effects? Has also gone back to being platinum blonde. She's been showing off more of an ombre, / letting her hair rest a little bit, it looks like, from before. But now she is back and
No rest.
no rest.
I mean, it's not the greatest shot. I just love her.
I like the even consistency of it. You can see that it's roots down to the ends. It's the same color. It's not.
See, I don't think so. I think that looks like some warm bandage going from like the temple to the ear.
I think that might just be a shadow.
Well, it's on the other side too.
Nope, it's just a shadow.
Okay.
It's an orange shadow.
It's an orange shadow.
That just sits perfect.
It's a highlight.
Okay.
All right.
But it's just like it's in that front area, but like I don't see it in the back where.
In the 360-degree picture
Yeah.
you have?
Yep, that's the one.
All right.
It. So that's it for trending dresses.
Cool.
Well-
Yeah, we didn't have a ton of stuff today,
No.
No.
but we have social media, and I know there was a lot going on there.
Isn't there always?
Yes. So let's chat about that for a sec.
Does he have music?
Momentarily.
What's happening on FSE social media? FSE social media. Submit your questions to Brian Hare on our Facebook community or by using the hashtag #FreeSalonEducation. Free Salon Education.
All right.
Yay. First off, I wanted to kick off. Somebody posted on our Facebook page. They wanted to know if we have a video on medium length men's hair, to which I almost said yes, because I did the one, but it was longer. They're talking more like that side swept, bowl cut, side fringe, Bieber type haircut that a lot of young men and teens want. I can't find a decent tutorial anywhere, and she's not even sure what to exactly call that haircut.
Okay.
And in thinking about it, I don't think we do. I
No,
was
we
trying
don't
to
have
think if there
anything
was
like
anything like in a women's haircut that was similar that you could just sort of translate to a men's, but I feel like that's sort of a length that we have a gap in there.
Yeah, we don't have we could definitely do something like that. I think it's
Put
hard.
it on the list.
It's you got to find a guy. We need to be on the lookout for a guy that has that length of hair, because usually it seems like when we see them, they either have much longer or every guy's cutting his hair off right now, so it's hard.
Do you mean old Justin Bieber? Like that?
Yeah, like
swoosh?
the actual
Oh.
Bieber.
The skateboarder haircut.
Yeah.
like Hayden
Which
got
I
that.
still see so much of.
Yeah.
The Tony
Like, I
Hawk.
thought that was done, but I still see it like a lot.
A lot of kids with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny seeing the
kids.
pictures during prom season where they like get it ready for prom, and it's like swept from all the way from the back of their head coming around the front. It looks crazy. It looks like Lego hair. Like you could just pop it off and put it on another head.
It's so stupid. I've seen it.
We had a comment on one of our videos last week. Lones B says, "Great job, guys. Hugs from Brazil."
Oh.
So
Okay.
we'll be looking out for Brazil Day to see what Matt wears. And then I wanted to, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun today, so I posted up today. I wanted to hear from you guys, and I wanted to hear from us guys as well. Just to kind of tell funny stories, I wanted to hear about that you remember, your first screw up, mess up, mistake that you made on a paying guest at the beginning of your career. I said, keep it funny. Good ones will be on the show tonight. And we did get some good ones. I won't give first and last names because you never know. I don't want to put somebody on spot, but I'll just give first names. Sinead posted up, and this one cracks me up because I've done it too. This honestly haunts me to this day, but I cut a huge chunk of a gent's earlobe off. He was ridiculously good looking, and I was physically shaking, trimming him up around the ears. Took us both a second to realize what happened. Blood everywhere, like everywhere. Eventually, it did stop bleeding, but he never came back for a cut for some strange reason.
Wow.
I've done that. And the
Yeah.
first time I cut someone's ear, it's also because he was too hot for me to be able to pay attention.
How
It
many
was-
people in here have cut an ear?
I have.
I have.
I've never cut an ear.
Really?
Yeah.
You better knock on wood.
All
You
right.
got a lot of male clients.
1 out of 5. That's not bad. Yeah, I think it happens often. I cut somebody's ear in beauty school, and
Yep.
it was awful.
I mean, like I've nicked like a back of here with a clipper, but that's just
Right.
because like old man skin's like.
No, I was doing a scissor over comb. Both times.
Took it.
Same
Yep.
spot, right at the very tip of where the ear bends out here.
Yep.
And just the tiniest little cut. That sucker bleeds forever.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it's
they
bad.
do.
You can't hide that. Sometimes you can like get away
Oh,
with not
no.
saying anything, but
Nope.
like I was cutting behind the ear, and I took my scissor over top of his ear, and I was cutting down
Oh,
the
shit.
hairline, and I was like, why isn't this thing closing? Oh. And then I realized why it wasn't closing, and then I just walked right over to my instructor, and I said, we have a problem. He got a free haircut, but I don't know if that was exciting for him or not, but
That's awful.
I never did it again, that's for
yours.
sure.
Sorry.
Well, I nipped like this little right out here, but I had to keep going because I had another client right afterwards, and it wouldn't stop bleeding because it doesn't stop bleeding.
No.
So I took a paper towel and I like wrapped it around his ear, and I took one of my hair clips and I clipped it to the paper towel because I had to keep working. But I
Pressure,
couldn't stand
yeah.
there and keep the pressure on myself. It worked.
Oh.
It was hilarious. And I mean, he was a friend of mine. So
Was
he
it a
fine.
YS Spark shark clip?
Yes. It was.
Because that's all you use. I can't even imagine that on my ear.
Oh.
But it gave it the pressure it needed.
Yeah.
Stop bleeding before he left.
You think it hurts now?
All
Styptic powder.
All right, so another one. Patricia said this was in beauty school, but she was paying for the service. Girl came in with level 3 thick, coarse hair down to her waist and wanted to be really blonde. And by the way, her brother's graduation was in 3 hours, so she had to be done by then. So of course I said, sure, I can totally do that. My school was kind of awful, and the instructor preferred hanging out in the office rather than on the floor with the students. So I went through a whole tub of bleach on this girl because I didn't mix it right either. So 2.5 hours later, her hair looks like pee, and she has to go take pictures at her brother's graduation. So much stupid happened that day. I probably mentally scarred that girl for life. If it's any consolation, I never made those mistakes again.
Well, that's what it's all about, you know?
It's beauty
And,
school.
and I'm
That's-
sure she never went to beauty school for a rushed color or
Oh
haircut
yeah, that's
ever
you
again.
get what you pay for.
Right. I mean, it's what school's for. You got to learn to. You have to use an entire tub of lightener
Yeah.
to figure out. I mean, and now, like she said, she approaches things and understands 3 hours is not enough to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
When it comes to major color transformations.
Oh.
All right. And then the last one we'll read off here, Mike. Right after I got my license, I had a young lady come in close to the end of our night with a picture of Jennifer Aniston haircut from when she was on Friends. I was so sure I knew what to do, but of course I made the wrong move right away. It just got worse and worse with each step. I tried so hard to fake it till I could make it, but it wasn't happening. So in a panic, I decided to fake an injury and have my coworker take over.
Oh,
That's
my
awesome.
After a few minutes of convincing my coworker, she went out and finished the haircut. I later found out her own experience wasn't enough to skillfully save our two asses.
Holy.
I didn't lose my job over it, but I had to refund the haircut and pray she never came back when I was working.
Oh, my God. That's what happened to me
That's awesome.
when I cut Christina's hair when I first started doing hair, and I cut it like a boy on accident.
You faked an injury afterwards?
No, I couldn't, obviously, but that would have been a good idea.
Oh, my appendix ruptured.
No, but
I just fell down and started screaming.
But it's kind of like you start cutting because you think you know what's going on, and then all of a sudden it just starts going in a totally wrong direction.
Where does that confidence come from, though? If you're looking at a picture that you know, like, where does that come from? Because it's a pretty hard. It was like a pretty not hard haircut, but when
Yeah.
you're just a beginner, like
Well,
you
I
were like,
gotta
oh, I
say-
could totally do that.
But you know what? I got to say, and I noticed this a lot, because in my old salon, we used to hire people straight out of beauty school all the time. There's like this certain level of confidence that comes, like this insane level of confidence, probably more than I ever had in my career, even now. When you first graduate beauty school, like you can do anything. Like,
where
I got
does
my
that? Yeah, I'm
license.
asking. Where does
But
that
then
come
it's
from?
just because you graduated beauty school and passed your test, and then as soon as you stand behind
Yeah.
a chair, you realize, oh, I don't know anything. But it's not. It's not until something like
no,
that
but as
happens
you're
where
cutting,
it's like,
you were attacking that haircut, and then you're like, oh my gosh, let me take a little more over here.
like,
oh
from
wow,
the-
that's not.
Well,
that's
there's
not
that's
asymmetrical.
when it goes away. Is when that happens.
Yeah. Well, when it starts looking like
Okay,
this.
so I was the learning.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
so
okay.
Christine, I think like a lot of times, like when you're in school, like you have like the safety net of like the teachers and like other instructors around you.
So you're
A
you're
waiver.
just gaining your egos there.
Well, not
Yeah.
just that, but you have
not
like
egos, but confidence. But
Oh, okay.
then when you get to like somebody, you have a ton of hair, so like having like a shorter haircut, like there's going to be like other things that you have to take into consideration.
Yeah, it wasn't
So-
that.
And not even
it
that,
was-
but in a beauty school, usually you deal with like the same handful of things on every person who walks in that door. It's very rare that like something new and crazy comes in there. So you do the same things for 6 months, or usually on the same people. Always come back for the same stuff. You think you know everything. I used to watch it all the time. It just,
so even if it's different, you still think you just know.
yeah, you think,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got this. I can
You
do
think it's
this.
the same.
And then
Yeah.
and then that you think cutting it here is great, but you realize, oh, I want it down here, and then all hell breaks
It's like,
loose.
oh, I did
and-
that on a mannequin. That's no big deal. And yeah, I remember that one reminded me one of my first like, oh God, whoops. I was working in the salon. I was assisting, but people still would come in and pay for haircuts. Thank God I knew the girl, and it was back when I didn't know what thinning shears were really for, and you just assume that you can do like a so-so haircut and then go in with them a whole bunch, and the haircut just is smaller all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is an eraser.
And I was doing this girl's hair, and she had such thick hair. And, you know, I had gone through the ends on one side of her head, and I had used them some. And then as I'm going through the other side, I just start talking to her about something that, I don't know, I have no clue what. And I'm talking to her and just going and going and going on this one side for so long without stopping to comb everything out or to look at the balance of what the hell was going on. And then when I finally do stop, I remember the sun was going down and the sun was coming in from behind us because we were up against the window. And I combed down, and on the one side, like, her haircut's done, like she's ready to go. And then on this side, it was supposed to be about collarbone length, but like the bulk of her hair kind of stopped around her chin, and then there's just this inches of wispy just mess
Just transparency.
from here. And I remember seeing the sun come through that side and not on the other side. And she goes, "Oh," and I went, "Yeah." I said, "So obviously we got to match that up. Which side do you like better?" And she goes, "Well, I mean, we could clean this up, but I kind of like the pieciness." I'm like, "Okay, good. That's what we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna make this side look like that side." And then I just sit there and I'm like, I guess, do I just go to town with thinning shears on this side? And I did. And then I learned that I need to pay more attention when I work.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All I'm picturing right now is like a one-length bob with like a few extensions put in. Really, that's all. You know, like you see a girl walking down the road and she thinks her extensions look good, and you just see them sitting there.
Don't they all think
Yeah.
they look good? Yeah.
That's all I'm picturing right now. Just
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The wind's like kind of blowing through the forest. She looks like Gollum on this side with just a little bit of hair. It's fantastic. We're still friends though, so it's all right.
She's actually
I mean-
watching right now.
And I have done her hair again since then.
That's the thing. Like you mess the things up, but then you learn so much from that. And I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
I don't.
I mean, that's one of the greatest ways to make sure that you pay
never
attention.
do it again.
I don't think that's just in hair either. That's every job you would ever have.
Well, yeah.
Ever. I've
I'm
screwed
hoping
up
that,
at every job.
Well, it's like in parenting. You got to let the kid burn his hand on the stove to actually learn that if you touch the stove, it gets hot.
Yeah. And before you do whatever you're doing that you're about to screw up, you think you can do it, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
hope you can do it, and then
Nope.
you fail miserably, and then you
Yup.
try it again and just try not to do what you did the first time to mess it up.
Exactly.
So
I hope some industries aren't like that. You know, like brain surgery.
no,
Eye
I
surgery.
bet you.
No, of course.
No, not brain surgery.
How do you think they know what side does what, Dad?
Oops, that wasn't the artery we were supposed to go.
What happens when I
into?
push this spot?
But sometimes
Ooh,
in
peanut
brain
butter.
surgery, I'm sure you have to try something that you've never tried before
Yeah.
and hope that you get it.
Well, it's like
I mean, they do on Grey's Anatomy, so
Yeah, they're
it
Cross
must
my
be
heart if I have to
true.
die.
works for them.
Yeah,
All right, now I want to hear.
If it's on TV, it's gotta be true.
right, exactly.
I want to hear Drea. This has got to have happened to you. It happens to all of us. Every single one of us have these stories to share.
Oh.
You can't just sit here and be quiet like you never did this.
I've been waiting for my turn.
That's very polite of you. It's your turn.
I dare you not talk
and
over
hoping that-
everyone else.
She's like, I'm just gonna wait for my turn and hope that it just passes over.
Yeah.
No, I've been trying to think of which story to tell.
Wow.
All right.
There was one from today, actually.
No, I think the first like salon experience of messing up someone's hair was this guy. He comes in the salon. I was probably a month into being on the floor, and he wanted. He was already upset because his normal stylist was booked and gone and not there to take care of him, and he had just gotten off of a 24-hour flight, a day of travel. Like, he was not in a pleasant mood.
I like how the story's starting already.
I know.
So I start his haircut. Everything's fine. And then, like you said, when you're new, you have those thinning shears that you think are your best friends to, like, erase any lines. Well, so after I'd gone through, like, nice little scissor over comb, I'm like, I'm just going to go blend some of this out a little bit. The guy sees the scissors. Apparently had a really bad experience with them.
Like with scissors?
With the thinning
Scissors.
With
Oh,
the thinning
okay.
shears. Freaks out.
Poor Drea.
Yells at me that I screwed up his entire haircut and not to come near him with those things.
I can only imagine your face when that's happening.
Gets up, takes off his cape.
What's my impression of Drea with that?
I was like, okay. And I'm like,
I need an adult. I need an adult.
no, I'm
Somebody
like,
who's more adult than me, come over here, please.
So I just put down my stuff. He's like ranting and raving, and I'm just like, I just walk away, go down the steps of the spa, and sit in the break room and hand him off to Chris, our manager.
Nice.
All right.
There you go. I think that's a
And
good
I was
play
just like,
sometimes.
I can't make him happy anymore.
Yeah.
And I just, as I'm walking by, I'm like, hey, Chris, don't charge him for the haircut. Bye.
Nice
All
one,
right.
Drea.
Yeah. Good job.
Justin, you have one?
Oh, yeah. When I first started doing hair, I was in school. In New Jersey, it's 1,200 hours. So after 600, you get your paperwork to go work at a salon or whatever. So I lied to a Supercuts, and I told them I had 600 hours just waiting on the paperwork. Like, okay, take your class. So at 400 hours, I had my own chair.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do this.
So I guess you don't need to prove much.
Back then,
Sorry,
I guess,
Supercuts.
Back then, I guess not, because it just said, okay, sure, your paperwork's coming in the mail. We gotcha.
Okay.
They put me through training, so whatever. The only thing that gave me problems, guess what it was?
What?
Clipper cuts. So, women's cuts I'm doing, you know, it was like a chain place. We didn't do any kind of like blow dries there very often. So the first complaint I ever had was a woman said I blew dry her hair horribly, and it was god awful. I didn't know what to do. I was like, sure, okay, I can do this.
This just
No.
goes to show how careful you need to be. Like,
Yeah.
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 But here's the best
Still
one.
screw up,
The
though.
only person who ever came back the entire year I worked there was a father and a son. They looked like mushrooms because
I thought you meant like came back like for another haircut.
No. They were the only people who came back,
Came back
and
and
had it
complained.
fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that I figured out how to do hair like men's clipper cuts, but it was just like a 0 to like a 3. And I was like,
Right.
you guys look great. Have a good day. It's like
Nice.
cartoon character.
Right.
But yeah, no. And now look at me.
There you
I
go.
love
Now
it.
look
Clipper
at you.
cuts on
Look at
everybody.
me.
Look at you.
Look at me
Clipper
now.
cuts on everybody. I cut Matt
Hard
Beck's
to believe
hair.
now, isn't it?
I cut Matt Beck's
Whoa.
hair.
Dad do one?
Nope.
Let's hear it, Dad.
I think I want to go down the route of
You're gonna plead the fifth. So
yeah, we'll play the fifth.
so last
No, no, no,
night-
no.
last night we're pulling up at my house. Dad drove to the airport, so we're pulling up, and like he doesn't really say anything the entire ride home. It's like 2 a.m. Right? We're getting ready to pull up to the house, and he goes, "Random thought."
Oh, shit. You know you're in trouble when Dad says that.
I'm like, okay. And then, so your question was, if somebody,
Why would anybody ever go on
At
to
that
a
time
lie
it-
detector if all they have to do is plead the fifth?
yeah, he said, why would you do a lie detector if you could plead the fifth?
I was hoping you were going to say,
And I
random
was-
thought, do you want to cuddle? It's 2 a.m.
I'll make the pillow for it like Brian did. It's fine.
So, all right. So, Thad, go ahead.
All right, so no, I wasn't going to say I'm going to plead the fifth. What I was going to say is really learning how to do a consultation, because I had a client who came in and was just like raving about like that the only place that cuts her hair right is coming here and yada yada yada. This is while I was in Maryland, and that she wanted a round haircut with blended layers.
Okay.
And at that point, I was just like, okay, I can blend layers. So, like, that's easy.
Okay.
I've blended a layer.
And
All
I'm
three of them.
like, I don't want my layers to show either. So I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's get started. Well, turns out that she wanted long blended layers. And I did like a medium to long blended layer.
Okay.
And she's like freaking out.
So she really just didn't want to see layers, really. Like she wanted.
Yeah, she actually wanted pretty much like one length hair with it texturized towards the end.
Right.
So what I learned there was you definitely want to like talk about like things, not just go off of, oh, everybody else here knows how to cut this person's hair because
Right.
they don't actually want layers. They just want it to be slightly texturized throughout the ends.
Right.
And to actually like talk to them and find out like what it is that she liked, what it was that she didn't like from like everywhere else that she went. And that like now like I try to do like as thorough of consultations as possible so that way I can avoid that situation.
Yeah, definitely.
So
All right.
All right.
I
Matt,
can only imagine.
We're going
like,
with yours.
oh, you didn't want that? Okay.
The one you told.
Yeah, I mean, that was
I was
pretty
like,
much.
oh, I'm sorry, you didn't want layers that you told me you did.
I already had two. I had the ear thing and I had Christina, so.
Let's hear yours,
Christina, you got one?
No.
Come on.
You gotta have something.
You color hair, though.
Yeah, but I don't do anything like it.
She's like, I don't do anything wrong. Just get over it.
I like highlight Michelle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No major flubs that like.
No.
No bleeders?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wanted to be like, you know what? I think most of my screw ups were cutting because I was always really cautious going into color. But then I just remembered here when I made that woman's hair purple. She was fine until it took like 2 hours to fix it. But
Oh, yeah, I remember that day.
yeah.
Oh.
I won't even go in the town where she owns a store 'cause she was that mad.
Well,
We fixed it. Whatever, lady.
We did.
She looked
we
great
did.
when she left.
All right.
So, yeah, that was pretty much it for social. Good one, guys.
Okay.
Round of applause for all of us.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. So,
Dad, hit the applause button.
Dad, you,
Oh.
the one time I look at you
Yeah.
and say round of applause.
yeah.
Like the one. Oh, yeah.
You happy? I'm ecstatic. Thank you, Dad.
hey, we'll do like some like little waves too.
Oh, all right. We'll just let it go for 10 minutes.
That I think for some reason the first channel of the music isn't working right, but
Okay.
the other side, the right side is. So just for future, just so you
Well,
know.
and that's what happened earlier was I switched it back to and then put the applause back up to the right side.
Okay.
Oh, good. All right. So thanks, guys. If you have any more, social stuff or questions you want to ask or you want us to ask, let us know.
Yeah.
It's what our Facebook page and our website and all the social media silly stuff that we do is for. So
Yeah.
thanks.
And Angel, I believe it says Angel, just said loving the Super Silk website. Looks great.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
Awesome.
Soup's pretty.
Yes, I'm excited. Oh, it like I said, it launched 2 days ago, and I logged on to it, or it launched yesterday actually, and I logged on when we were flying back, and I was like, all right, this looks fantastic.
All right.
All the meetings and everything, and the videos and all that, like you see it all come together on a site, and it's pretty cool to see, and I think they did a great job. So we're gonna do the freewheel,
Yes.
which we have. We threw Super Silk on there. I still haven't told them about that.
Surprise!
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow.
Surprise.
Tell them. Minerva Beauty's on there. We have Millennium Mevo, 3 months free of that. T-shirts from FSE, $100 off scissors. We have Amika, the Bali box, and
Combs? No, we took the combs off.
combs
Whoop,
are
whoop.
off. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So call in 844 FSE Live.
Nobody gets combs anymore.
1-844 FSE Live if you want to spin the wheel live. We're not doing the free Pong today. We're just going to spin it, and you can win. That's basically what we're going to do anyways when we play Pong. So,
Woot.
so that'll be ready for that. What else do I want to talk about? Another thing that I'm going to Susie Trial. I did an interview with her over the weekend. She's a salon owner from Virginia.
Love her.
And she has a Systems of Sage CD that she just came out with. It's just a business CD. Basically breaks down how to create systems in your salon and all of that stuff. It's a cool CD. It's only $20, and I'm gonna have that on.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have that on Shop FSE hopefully soon with a download. She's never done a download before, so I told her that on Shop FSE maybe we could just do a download of it, and that'll be $20 if you guys want to check that out.
You talk to her about how early she starts her day in the salon sometimes? Like,
no, but she's she's one of those people, like her and her staff were there, and I wasn't with them obviously, but they like when they go to dinner, they pile all their cell phones up in the middle of the table. No one's allowed to have their cell phone. Like she has the systems laid out. So, so if you're looking to just grab some business tips, I think it's going to be really cool. It's not up there yet, but hopefully in the next week or so.
And if you're in Virginia, she gives one of the best hugs you'll ever get.
What is that cell phone system? Like, what is that system?
Like when they're eating dinner together, they're not allowed to go on their cell phones.
Yeah.
Like a family thing. That has nothing to do with the salon.
As a team and the salon.
Salon family.
The whole staff puts their phones.
Like if you had kids, like you're not allowed on your, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with the salon. Like
yeah.
Business system. That's why I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a business thing where the staff can't be on a phone during dinner.
Oh.
Like when they go out as a team together.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though it's recreational, it's nothing to do with the salon.
Right.
So do they have
to
they have to put their phones away at the salon? Like I'm kind of like how does that work?
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I just saw a picture of her staff's phones piled up at dinner.
Yeah.
I don't know about it in the salon.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I think everybody has their own opinions on how they run a salon. So, or like at a dinner. Like I don't know.
I meant the dinner had nothing to do with her. I get the whole camaraderie of being with each other. I thought you meant like that had to do with her systems, her business systems.
Yeah, so. Like I don't know, but I'm not a person that would have people put their cell phone in the middle of a table.
Because you'd be the first one to reach for it.
I was curious what the system is
Right.
for in the salon. If it was the same thing. I'm just asking.
I don't know. But I haven't. I don't have a CD player, so I was going to. That's why I said to her, I'm like.
You have one in your car.
Well, yeah, but I didn't have my car.
Oh,
so
you just haven't listened.
Yeah, so I said to her, I want to listen to this. I'd love to listen to it on the plane, but I don't have anywhere to put it. So.
Where was your Discman?
My disc. Yeah. So I said it's cool to have a hard copy, but maybe we could create a download. So people could just put it on their phone or iPod or whatever.
You can't put them in your laptops?
Not anymore. Laptops don't have CD drives.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean,
that does suck.
At home I can do it and create the MP3, but I just haven't done it yet. So, so once I make the MP3 for myself, then I'll put it up on Shop FSE and you guys can download it and purchase it and check it out. But it's $20, which is, I think, such a great price for a business CD. Like normally they'll charge you $200 for that stuff. So it's like
yeah, but it's all over the internet now, so all the prices are going down.
Yeah, that's true. Supply and demand is
free salon education. I mean,
right.
You can't charge $200 anymore.
Right.
Hey Matt, Amy Berry wants to know if Super Silk is available in Canada.
I think
if you smuggle it, it is.
I don't know, Amy Berry. We'll have to check on that. I believe
Hashtag road trip.
It's definitely they're launching it worldwide. I know that. I mean, this isn't Super Silk's not created by a startup company. It was already a big company, but they're creating a brand of Super Silk, and it's just a really cool, unique product. So it will go out. They have huge distribution channels, but what we're trying to create something different where stylists will be able to. And salons will be able to get this direct. So they won't even have to worry about where they can buy it. They'll be able to go right on and buy it.
Real quick, someone said they tried to call and it's busy.
Call what? Here?
Yeah.
I haven't had a call come through.
No.
Maybe everybody's
1-800 or
844 FSE Live.
I was actually just about to say nobody wants any free stuff.
Did we unplug the phones?
I don't know.
Nope.
There's a dial tone.
It's there. Give it a shot again. Otherwise, who was it that said that? I didn't do anything. It automatically does stuff throughout the day.
It's the middle of summer. All day, keep it off.
Who was it that was calling him?
You want cell phones? Then you can't have air conditioning.
If If we can't figure out how to work it, then shut
Okay.
it off. I'd rather not pay for it all night long.
Anything, Thad? All right.
No one gets anything.
Well,
I'll spin for myself. What do I get?
You get a comb.
A high five.
let's see.
I
See if
want
we
a
can
T-shirt.
get.
I need another T-shirt.
You can
so
have a
bad.
hug, Brian.
Small.
That's weird that
Are you
it's
calling
not
me
working.
fat?
I don't understand.
What? I just figured a medium t-shirt.
I'm 5'10", and I weigh 78 pounds, soaking wet.
5, 10.
All right.
5'10" and change.
Well, why don't we just spin for someone then? Someone that's
Amy Pattis said she tried to, so let's spin for Amy.
okay.
Okay.
Where's
Amy, we're gonna spin for you on here. All right.
Let's
see
check.
what you win.
We have to do a check though. Where's Amy from?
I asked her, and I don't know if we got a response.
Still not working, huh? Let's see what it says when we do that while we wait to.
Do you want me to call it?
Yeah. 844 FSE live.
Call it.
Also, while we're waiting, we have an interview with the global ambassador of Pivot Point, Robert Passage. That's coming up at the end, and so it'll be pretty exciting. Hi all, I found this session really beneficial.
Yay, Damso hair.
All right.
I'm
All right.
waiting to hear where she's from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's ringing, but it's not showing up on the phone.
Really?
Someone said it goes straight to the machine.
Okay, she's in California. Let's
Yeah,
spin
I
for her.
All right,
I
it's
got-
Amy then.
I got the voicemail.
We just need to make sure that we can give you every prize that you win on here. So,
We got,
all right.
we got to check.
All right, Drea. Dun 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 dun.
arrow's upside down.
You
Win
win
the ceiling!
ceiling. What is it?
Bolly box.
A Bolly box.
Box. That's awesome.
Sweet. All right. So, Amy, congratulations. You win a Bolly box from Sunlight's Balayage.
Yay, it's my fave. It'll do so well in Cali.
Yes. And so I will. All you have to do, Amy, is now this part will work.
Ooh, Monterey. Can I bring it to you?
Email contact. Yes, we'll send Brian to deliver it. Email
Christina's
contest.
coming.
CONTE. Why am I spelling contest? It's been a long. All right. So email contest at freesaloneducation.com. Just send your name and address, and we'll ship you out the Bolly box.
Send the confirmation number for mine and Christina's plane tickets, and we will bring it to you.
Yes.
Or just give me a
There you
gas card. Just saying.
A gas card.
You know, drive out there, pick her
I'll
up some
drive.
stuff along the way. You want to come?
You would get 95
I'll
speeding
go.
tickets.
I would not.
Yes, you would.
I would not. I'm taking the
He's
truck.
Hey,
The
Matt.
only place you would not get speeding tickets is through Montana.
I would probably get speeding tickets if I'm driving across the country.
I know.
You want to go? You want to go on a
Yeah.
trip? We'll take the GoPros and make a show out of it.
There you go.
I want to go.
There it is.
Can we get a
All right,
Winnebago and film
Justin,
from the
Brian,
from the
Jesse,
road?
And then you three stay here.
Yeah, you guys hold
All
down the
right.
fort. We're gonna go start Free Salon Education California edition, and yeah,
Did she just put you here with us?
Yep.
yeah.
She did.
Well, no.
No,
it was
she put
us
you here
three, and
with
then
them.
It was 3 and 3, and those two had jumped on it.
Oh, okay.
It was my idea.
She put you
I
at the
let you
Bolins
guys with
actually.
me.
Matt, Justin will have his own theme song. He's got 99
I would love
violations,
to
but
see
Bolly
you
box
guys
ain't
in a
one.
car for 7 days together. All
7
right.
days. I'll get you there in 3.
All right. So congratulations to Amy. Make sure that you send that email, and I'll get it out to Sunlight's Balayage so that they'll get you the Bolly box.
I'll cut the trip in half, but I won't get any speeding tickets.
I think that's pretty much it for the day.
Yeah.
We have follow Brian Hair.
Hairstyle on everything.
Tra-
Day 2289.
Thad Bull. No, I'm Justin Scott.
Pat Bull and I.
And Christina.
Oh, I'm Christina.
All right, and
Christina.
so follow us on Instagram at Free Salon Education, and also on Periscope. And we have
We didn't Periscope today.
we didn't Periscope. I'm not going to Periscope the podcast anymore. I've decided that I think Periscope is only good for if you want to have a quick 2-minute little video. It's fine, but once it goes past that, people just drop off. So
Hey, Matt, I think I'm going to change my Instagram handle to the real Justin Scott.
I'm gonna cut your fingers off.
All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Check out supersilk.us. Check out minervabeauty.com, demandforce.com/free salon education. millenniumsi.com. All of those guys support what Free Salon Education does, so check them out. Enjoy this interview with Robert Passage. He's the CEO and global ambassador for Pivot Point, so it's a really cool interview, and we talk about a lot of fun stuff. So enjoy that, guys, and we will see you guys next week. Hey, guys, this is Matt Beck from FreeSalonEducation.com. We're here with Robert Passage, and I'm excited to talk to you to hear about all things Pivot Point, right? So so I want to start off with your title, what you're doing with the company, and all of that. So let's just start there.
All right. As you said, Robert Passage. I'm sort of the self-described global ambassador for Pivot Point, but my real title is the chairman and CEO. The company was founded in 1962 by my father, Leo Passage, quite well known in the industry.
Yes.
And I took over that role about 5 years ago, actually. My father passed away 4 years ago.
Okay.
Sadly lost my sister a year later. So I'm the only active person from the second generation in the business.
So you took on...
Yeah, so I took on a lot of responsibility, but I have 2 kids that are in the business already.
Okay.
And third, who's doing something else, but in publishing, which aligns very well with our business. And I have 2, a niece and a nephew who will probably be interested in the business as well. So.
Okay. Oh, that's
third
great.
generation coming on board.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. So we have, I know I've been working closely with Pivot Point with our online store and all of that. You have some really great new products coming out. You have great products that have been out. I love the tripods, the mannequin stands, all that stuff. So I want to talk about the quality that you guys put into the research, the different things. I think you can really tell when a company truly cares about hairdressing and when it's just putting out a product to try to make some money.
Sure.
And I definitely know that Pivot Point puts that thought process in. So why don't you go through the thought process on when you guys are coming up with new products? I'd love to hear about that, and just what's the research and development like? What is all of that about?
Well, Matt, we really consider ourselves very innovative when it comes to education for our industry. Our core business, obviously, is education. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about hair. Obviously, we're in the hairdressing business, so hair is an important component. It's a small part of our business, but a very important part. As far as innovation is concerned, SnapCap is something we launched about 5 years ago. This is the second version of SnapCap. I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works. Most of the major manufacturers in our industry use Pivot Point hair because it showcases their products very well.
Right.
I think what's unique about Pivot Point's products, number one, they're 100% human hair. There are no animal hair byproducts or anything like that. In addition to that...
and why do companies put animal hair and all that stuff? Obviously,
lower the cost.
It's cheaper.
Lower the cost.
Okay, but there's no benefit to it.
There's no benefit to it. We want our mannequins to act like they would on a real live client day to day. So even the implantation is very important. You know, hair grows a certain way. Our hair is implanted exactly like it would grow on a human head form. And comes in a variety of lengths, variety of colors, a variety of densities, depending on what it is that you're trying to use it for. So.
And that's what I love, because I've talked to Ginger, who works for your company, and I've talked to her a lot, and I love the passion behind every hair that goes into the head. You know, like Ginger gets so excited about their eyelashes, their eyebrows, all that stuff, and I love it. And she said that, you know, the people that place the hair are artists.
They're artisans, absolutely artisans. They've been trained for many years. One of the things that we're really proud of at our company is we were recently certified SA 8000 compliant, which is a social accountability standard, which we sought out ourselves. All of our manufacturing facilities overseas have been approved SA 8000, which basically means we do not use any sort of forced labor of any kind. We believe we're the only one in the industry that does this today. Most manufacturers use contracted labor. Most of that contracted labor is done in China using prison labor, essentially. And that's why a lot of these companies are able to offer their mannequins at such a low price, because they don't pay wages to the people who actually do the work. You know, so but we do. So I sleep well at night knowing that. So.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm sure that you would say to any company out there that they could definitely go and get that same certification.
I would encourage every manufacturer to do that. We'd all be on a level playing field that way. You know, our products are always more expensive, but I think most manufacturers that use our hair want to showcase their products as if they would appear on a real live human being. So.
Yep. And I love, so a couple other things I really like. I have a few different types of the pivot point mannequins that I use. One of them has a smaller head.
Right.
And I've had actual people in the last couple weeks come up to me and say that they've used a smaller head in a class, and why is that? So can you go into that a little bit?
Sure. You know, most classes are cutting workshops. With a cutting workshop, you don't necessarily need a head form that imitates a life-size human head. So we can reduce cost by making the head form smaller.
Yeah.
So it's really price that drives the size of the head form. When we use head forms that are very lifelike, they're more used for design work where you want to emulate an actual human live head form. So.
Well, and I also think that what people should understand is when you have a smaller head, it makes class flow from an educator standpoint. It makes the class flow better and go quicker, so you can get through more haircuts as well.
Density has a lot to do with that as well, Matt. You know, in order to keep the prices competitive, some of our smaller head forms use a slightly less density. And again, to your point, much easier to use in the classroom, much easier to comb through and things like that.
Okay.
Keeps the cost down and works really well. So.
Great. So you guys, when we speak about education, you have how many schools now?
Well, Pivot Point licenses its educational products in about 2,000 schools in 80 countries around the world. We train somewhere in the vicinity of 100,000 hairdressers a year that use our education around the world. So yeah,
that's
pretty
pretty
impressive.
So you guys create the products, you provide the education. I love it. I love all the DVDs that you guys do. I actually got a chance when I was in Chicago last year. I went up to your corporate office and I got to see where you do the video shoots and all that. It was really cool. Everything's in-house. So it was really neat to experience that. Now I want to talk about this new product because we've brought it on our podcast. And I actually purposely did not attempt it before I did it live in front of everyone.
Okay.
Because some people were saying that it's difficult, and I was told it wasn't, and it's not. It's really not difficult at all.
Not at all.
The key that you have. So why don't you show how this works?
Sure. So like I said, Matt, this is the second version. We launched the original snap cap about 5 years ago. We had some difficulties with the application of the cap itself. So, of course, we were looking for ways to improve it.
Right.
So this second version, the Snap Cap 2, actually requires, and you can use a key. I don't have it tight right now, but all you have to do is loosen the screw on the bottom of the head form. As you loosen that screw, you'll see that the cap itself just pops off. 100% recyclable ABS plastic, so you only need one head form and multiple caps. And as I said before, the caps can a variety of length arrangements, color, density, whatever you need. You just buy the cap and only one.
I love it.
head
I mean, you could form a relationship with that head because it's going to be with you for a long time.
Absolutely.
Now,
that's how easy it is to pop it on, tighten it, take your key, tighten it down real tight, and it's ready to go.
And everyone used to say as well, if you lost the key, then you wouldn't be able to do the cap, but that's
Still
not
do
true.
it by hand.
Yeah, you can do it by hand, or even if it was stuck, you could put any kind of tool, right, in there.
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Air pliers if you need it.
Right.
So.
Exactly. And then, so Thad wants me to ask why they have the bald cap on the top, and I'm gonna assume it's so it looks like a head.
Well, it looks like a head, a variety of reasons. It prevents this from breaking. A lot of schools use this actually to draw on with a dry erase
That's a good
marker.
idea.
So you can draw sections, parting patterns, those types of things
right
on
like
the
that.
cap. Yeah.
We're gonna keep that one, Thad. We're gonna do that. Okay, so
So here it is with hair. Like I said before, she's slightly used and abused this weekend because we've been showing her a lot. But in any case, same process. You just line her up on the head form like this.
there you go.
Tighten the screw on the bottom. This is where you would want to use the key actually.
Yeah,
you
to
would
lock
take the
it.
key and you lock her down.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even know
She's
that
ready
it's
to go. And you wouldn't know this wasn't a regular mannequin.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And the thing I love about pivot point mannequins is that the hair is put in to go forward in the front. And a lot of mannequins, if you don't spend a little bit of extra money on a mannequin, it always grows straight back.
Right.
And when you try to teach in a class or you're trying to practice, for the most part, no clients' heads are going to grow straight back. So it's really hard to practice any fringe work or anything like that, and this is always growing forward, so I really like it.
And I think a lot of manufacturers do that because they can actually machine implant the hair. So again, it reduces price.
Okay.
And by machine implanting, you don't get the same effect that you would if a person hand implanted that by themselves.
It would just all be the same.
Yeah. So if you want to try it yourself and show the audience how easy it is to apply,
yes,
you
blindfolded, I'm going to do this.
So we'll just loosen her up.
Yeah, I love this, and I love the fact that all you have to do is when you, as a hair cutter, after I do a haircut, all I have to do is purchase another one of these instead of the whole thing. Better for the environment and for me.
I have a client in Tokyo, for example, one of the largest beauty schools in the world, 3,000 students. They are required. They don't have, unlike the United States, where you have a student salon.
Right.
They don't have a student salon. Every student gets 20 mannequins during the course of their 2-year studies, times 3,000. That's 60,000 heads that end up in a landfill every year. Can you imagine how much waste that is? That's just one school.
Right. Yeah. So this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Is there anything else? What else is going on in it?
Well, our big thing right now, we just launched a new product called Lab. Stands for Learn About Beauty.
Okay.
It's an online integrated learning solution.
Yes.
Basically a learning management system that's very social. When you log on, it's exactly like logging on to any type of social media site, Facebook, etc.
Okay.
People learn socially today. And that's our latest program. It includes all of our great education, first-in-class education. But what's nice about it is that schools can populate that LMS with education that they use themselves as well and incorporate that with ours.
Okay, and how do they, so can any hairdresser log on to this? Or?
Well, it's going to be available eventually for all hairdressers, so it'll be a sort of a social community for not only future professionals, but as well as professional hairdressers themselves.
Okay.
So it's just launching now.
Okay.
I'd love to share it with you sometime. Maybe we can get you to come back up to Chicago. We have we just moved into new corporate headquarters.
Another one?
We have a new studio.
Okay, all right,
and,
definitely.
We'd love to show you around and show you our new education. It's fantastic.
Well, that would be great. So, last question.
Yep.
As CEO, right? That's your title officially.
Yep.
So, what's day-to-day life like? Walk me through your day, because I want to know what a CEO of Pivot Point does.
Well, like I said before, I like to use the term global ambassador because Pivot Point is now in about 80 countries around the world.
Okay.
I spend most of my time on the road traveling, not only domestically. We have quite a few schools here in the United States, but distribution around the world. So I spend a lot of my time with them. I have a great team of people. My father told me from an early age, he said, Robert, surround yourself with good people because you can't do it all yourself.
Right.
And I have a wonderful team, as you've witnessed yourself.
Yeah.
When you came to Chicago, they all do a wonderful job, and it makes my job that much easier, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you guys check out everything Pivot Point, and we have it also on Shop FSE. But just, if you're looking to go to beauty school, check out Pivot Point. If you've been to beauty school, check out Pivot Point. They have it all. And the snap cap is awesome. So definitely pick that up. Anything else? They can follow Pivot Point. I know you're not the marketing.
Absolutely. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask, but pivot-point.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, you name it. So go to the website, click on it, you'll find it.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Millennium Systems International for letting us hang out at their booth at the Orlando Premiere or Premiere Orlando show, whatever it is, here in Orlando, Florida. Thank you again, Robert.
Matt, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.
Thank you.
Watch Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers Podcast, live every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or as close as we can get it.